Hello everyone. Today's video is about the Canadian crypto dollar project with MIT and the strong political debates around it. Bank of Canada is continuing a 5 years effort to prepare for a cryptocurrency form of the Canadian dollar, leveraging the blockchain technologies. Recently, the central bank launched a 12-month experimentation period with MIT Digital Currency Initiative. Yet these efforts triggered also strong political opposition from the Conservative Party leadership contender Pierre Poilievre. Pierre Poilievre is running for Prime Minister of Canada during an internal election for the leadership of the Conservative Party. He threatened to quash the ambitions of Bank of Canada to issue a central bank digital currency, CBDC, accusing it of being a threat to the liberties and privacy, a disruption of private banking sector.
Governments have gotten big and bossy. They're spending more than at any time since World War II, so they control more of what you earn, and you control less. They caused inflation by borrowing and printing $500 billion.
Before we dive deeper in the analysis of this matter, let's define precisely what is a CBDC. It's a digital form of fiduciary money without necessarily replacing banknotes and coins, yet having their same attributes. This actually means that the holder of a CBDC has a direct claim to the central bank, similar to a digital cash, while electronic money on your bank account is a claim to the commercial bank that can go bankrupt or bank run. We distinguish also retail CBDC, general purpose CBDC for me and you, and the currency reserved for exchanges of large amounts between banks, financial institutions, and for international financial or payment transaction of large amounts, called wholesale CBDC. I invite you to see the complete crypto payments glossary in French that we've prepared at France Payment Forum. The link is in the video description. The outburst of this debate by Pierre Poilievre comes in the context of high inflation rates in Canada and the effort of the central bank to stop it using gradual increases of interest rates. But you may wonder how these issues are linked to the CBDC project. Well, for Pierre Poilievre, Justin Trudeau, the current Prime Minister, has threatened the Bank of Canada's independence with $500 billion of deficits that required the central bank to print money and cause inflation. Massive quantitative easing is by definition inflation, the inflation of the monetary mass. And yes, it can cause long-term prices inflation. One of the most important roles people expect from their central bank is to maintain inflation rates below an acceptable threshold. But one must not forget that this is not in the sole hands of the central bank. It's a result of the economic growth and not just a one-variable equation. So inflation cannot be the responsibility of the central bank alone, but also the responsibility of the government. Bank of Canada started to adjust historically low interest rates by incrementing them gradually before the European Central Bank starts to do the same. This should cause the cost of money, loan interest, to rise in the hope of slowing the velocity of money in the economy. Reducing the amount of money chasing goods should eventually slow the prices inflation. These maneuvers are part of the monetary policies a central bank undertakes. Irrelevant of the effectiveness of these measures to stop the inflation, these are the options a central bank has. In the classical form of electronic money, these policies are distributed through supervised financial agents by the central bank, like banks. The efficiency of the measures depends on the implementation in the real-world economy and the usage of these policies by private actors. A central bank digital currency has a more efficient effect by diffusing the central bank monetary policies faster than banknotes and more efficient than private bank electronic money. And this is a major difference Pierre Poilievre seems to miss when he says, digital currencies, we already have it and we don't need a new one. Electronic money issued by private banks doesn't have the same security nor the same level of guarantees as the central bank money by nature. Unfortunately, the Switzerland of the Middle East, Lebanon, is here to remind this for everyone. One can argue about the necessity of a private electronic money supervised by a central bank, but it's clear that the parity of the value between electronic bank money and central bank money, banknotes, can't stand the bank crisis. The parity can fail. The demand for fresh dollars will drop the value of bank electronic money. Remember the Gresham's law? A CBDC doesn't serve only the purpose of replacing accounts or banknotes. It only complements them and renders monetary policy more efficient. Now, to mitigate the fear of banks from CBDC, in Europe, the discussion with the European Central Bank is about putting a limit on the maximum holding amount to limit the conversion of commercial bank money to CBDC. €3,000 per person seems to be a limit in discussion today. CBDC also serves high-value payments, settlement, and can improve cross-border payments between a digital dollar, digital euro, or digital yuan. Bank of Canada also joined BIS project called DOMBAR that tested the DLT, the distributed ledger technology, with Australia, France, Singapore, and many other central banks. Finally, killing in the nest CBDC will pull back Canada innovation-wise, because a programmable form of money is very important for the economy of Web3 and the distributed finance, thus improving all social and governmental services, from taxes to improve the monetary policy efficiency. And to better understand the full potential of the blockchain and Web3 foundational revolution, have a look at our online blockchain and crypto payments training in French, or directly get in touch with us at Valuechain via LinkedIn for an English training dedicated to becoming functional blockchain and crypto payments expert. Pierre Poilievre supports Bitcoin, yet he's relaying the voice of the private banks' interests, who are not convinced yet with the business model of a CBDC for them. A better approach might be to advocate for Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies to live alongside the CBDC form of the Canadian dollar, same ways as Canadians are allowed to own American dollars or any other international currency. Bitcoin is a form of the internet currency that needs to cohabit with other central bank currencies. CBDC is essential for the survival of the Canadian dollar in a digital economy. Beyond the political debate, the real social questions that are arising from CBDC are truly important. As a reminder, Europeans asked their European Central Bank to prioritize first the privacy in the digital euro. It was as if they were asking for Zcash cryptocurrency, although to be realistic, European Central Bank will never issue a Zcash-like coin. I invite you to see my video about Zcash and the role of Edward Snowden in its creation, because it ensures total privacy on account names, amounts, transaction data, and metadata, thanks to cryptography, zero-knowledge proof, blockchain, and smart contracts. And that's why it is an important and promising initiative took by Bank of Canada along with the MIT lab that has core developers on Bitcoin to see how to improve digital money thanks to Web3 revolution. Finally, I invite you to subscribe to the Valuechain channel on YouTube to get notified, like the videos so it gets shared, and comment so we can stay in touch. Take care and goodbye.